My name is Matt Tom. I'm the owner of TSI Scooters. Actually, Trick Scooters International. It's back in 2008, actually. I had a bike shop, and I used to go to the Goodwill and buy bikes and fix them up. I actually did pretty well at it. I was selling like road bikes and just basically fixing up used bicycles. And after a while, I started thinking to myself, it's like, okay, I don't know if this is me, and this is what I want to do with my life. I wanted to do something more. And I was going to start my own brand. I was going to start my own bike brand. And then I put an ad on Craigslist, just trying to get rid of some of the bike frames in my backyard. They asked me if they could buy a frame. Then they asked me to cut it and make handlebars. So it's like I had a little torch set up for when I was making the frames. And so I made them a set of handlebars and said, here you go. I gave it to them, said, take it. So I was putting all this stuff together at the time. I was thinking, okay, look, I could be making bike frames. I could be making luge boards. I could be making all kinds of things because I'm pretty handy at making stuff. But it's like, doesn't anybody make a deck? Isn't there a company that makes a deck? And the kids were telling me, so, well, they're supposed to be coming out with one. Who? Razor. It's like, Razor's like, oh no, we're gonna come out with one before they do. And so I bought some aluminum and I made my first deck. I just knew that there was a sport here. And I call it sport because that's what really makes it legitimate. That's what just makes it an actual, real, legitimate sporting good instead of a toy. And that's what I wanted to do, is change it to the real piece of actual sporting goods equipment, or whatever you want to call it, but it's the high grade one. It's the top of the line. It's the competition model. It's the one that only the professional riders ride on. And that's what I wanted to do. There was something here. I mean, that was the beginning of making the TSI decks. I started with nothing, and I knew that I just wanted to do something with my life. I wanted to be somebody. It's this burning passion that you just have to succeed, because in your whole life, you've just been a loser. I felt I've just been nothing but just a loser until I discovered scooters. And scooters is what has made me what I am as a man. It's a family business. I mean, it was my family at first. Casey would come over and he would help out, but he would kind of get in the way. He had so many ideas.
My name's Casey Corning. I've been riding scooters since the year 2000. I was pro for Razor in 2002. I started the company TSI Scooters with Matt Tom in the year 2009. You know, I got my first Razor like everybody else in 2000 and couldn't put it down. Right after my 19th birthday, I moved back to Oregon, and when I moved back to Oregon, I had the dream, the ambition, the drive to start a new company, and that was TSI. In 2009, I got the opportunity to meet Matt Tom through some friends of mine that went over to his house, and I saw a shop where they were making the bars, and I was like, this is cool. I'm trying to start a company right now, and I could use some help. And that really escalated into a partnership between Matt and I, where we kind of shook hands and had a gentleman's agreement and said, let's start Trick Scooters International.
Great guy. Casey's a genius. He really is a genius. He saw the future. And the thing is, I mean, he would come over, he would help out. Most of the time he'd just drill a couple holes or something, but at the end of the day he'd say, okay, it's quitting time, let's go to the skate park. And I would go to the skate park with him. He always wanted to bring me to the skate park with him. When Casey came to me, he was 22 years old, and he wanted a professional piece of equipment. He didn't want to ride on a toy anymore. We wanted to make something professional. We wanted to make something for the adult scooter rider. Before TSI, there was nothing. There was the Razor scooter, there was the B model, there was the Pro model. But I mean, the market was there. So anytime we had made a deck, it was sold. We made 8, and then we made 16. Then I made 32, and then I would make 60 at a time. Then I went to making 120 at a time. Now we're doing around 400 or 500 a month, and still, every deck that I make, it's sold. As soon as I make it, it gets sold. There's no slowing down here. I don't even know where the market is gonna go or how high the market could go. But I mean, I put it all back into the company. That's how I did it. Anytime I would sell stuff, I mean, I took the money and I would buy another saw and more saw blades, or I'd buy more drill bits, so whatever it took. I mean, more aluminum. I mean, I've had to use everything that I would make off of selling scooters to buy the CNC machine here, to buy that CNC machine, to buy that mill over there and that press and that other 5-ton press. Everything that I bought it from Scooters. I've got my daughter, Lisa, Nick Sorensen, he's my machinist. I've got Jeremy Hubbard, he's a friend of the family. My wife, she does a lot of the work. She does a lot of the work. She packs all the boxes. She does all the sales. She runs completely almost everything to do with distribution by herself. I mean, how many scooters has Mary sold? All of them. All of them. She's the one that deserves a lot of credit.
Oh! My name is Greg Cohen. Most people know me as Hep Greg. It's a nickname I've had since I was like 14, 15, 16, somewhere around there. I started riding scooters in 2000 in New York, where I'm from, and I skated before that pretty much my whole life. So when scooters came about, I was just like hooked on it.
Hep and I to this day still talk about designs. We're working on a new design. Greg and Casey, those are two guys that I'd say influence me most when it comes to designs. I mean, Greg, he's got some great ideas. Important thing for me is to just listen, because I mean, the riders, they care about the product. They care about it. Hep's kind of part-time. I'd like to have him work full-time. You know, he's just not an early morning guy. But what he does for the company is really great. He doesn't want a lot. He doesn't ask for very much. He just wants to work here and have a nice, easy life. And I think that's really what we all want. And he's never mad. Never, never. He's like the chillest guy that I know. He really is, the chillest guy. I've never seen him mad. I've never seen him upset. The biggest dealers that we have that sell our products is The Vault in LA. I mean, it is absolutely, bar none, the biggest dealer that we have. People are buying TSI decks in LA. I mean, they gotta be. I want to meet all these people that are buying our stuff, because this must be hundreds of them.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
I mean, not a lot of people know what it's like to be me. But I just feel like I'm just the luckiest guy on earth. And what I have here with TSI, I wouldn't trade it for anything. Anything. What I've done here, there's no words that can describe it. How many people get this opportunity? How many people get this opportunity? They work their whole life and they hope to find something. They're like the inventors. America's full of inventors, full of ideas. You got all kinds of ideas. You got all kinds of wacky, crazy inventions that people come up with. What can I invent that I can sell and I can make $1 million? And it turns out, I mean, it was just making a better scooter. But I mean, not just making a better scooter, but making a brand, making something out of my life. By having this company, I just feel like the power that I'm given, not my power, I'm given this power by all the scooter riders all around the world. They empower me to just keep going, and just keep giving and just keep giving and just keep doing it, because life just keeps getting better. And I couldn't be happier And what I've done here is I'm very proud of. And I'm very proud of all the people who support me, and they still support me. Still, after 8 years, I have no enemies. And and it's nothing but love. It's nothing but just pure love. And that's it. That's it.